Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Vedangas. So here we are back with a new video with a new chapter, that is income from house property. The second chapter of BCom Computer second year, that is income from house property. Okay. So guys, in the last videos of income chapter, income tax subject, what we have learned? We have learned the income from salaries chapter, that is first chapter of income tax. Okay. So here now we are going to learn about the income from house property. So in the past video we have discussed some income sources which an assessee is going to earn income from that sources. What are they? So those 5 sources are: first one is income from salary, second is income from house property, third is income from PGBP, and fourth is capital gain, income from capital gain, and last one is income from other source, right? So these are the 5 sources which we have discussed in the previous video, and we have solved many problems on first head of income source, that is income from salary. We have solved many problems, we have discussed the basic about that, and now in this video we are going to learn the income from house property, the second head of income, that is income from house property. We will discuss the basic, we will solve the whole problem in this video only. Okay, so we will learn all the concept, every problem, how to solve, how to do, and what are the concepts, main concepts which we are going to discuss here today only in this video. So guys, stay tuned to this video and watch the video till end, that you can understand it properly and you can get a good knowledge of income from house property. Okay, right? So let's start the video. So guys, so what you mean by income from house property? Income from house property means the income which is earned, which an assessee is earned from the house property which he has. From that house the assessee is going to earn some income, then we will treat it as income from house property, right? Like definition, if any property is given on rental basis, if any property is given on rent, suppose a person has a building, he gave that building to as a rent to others, and he is earning some income as a rent. Okay, so that income is known as income from house property. Clear? So in this house property also there are two categories are divided. One is the house property that is let out house property. One is the house property that is let out house property, and second one is the self-occupied house property. Let out house property LOP, and self-occupied house property, that is SOP. Clear? So what are the uses of these two? Let out house property, one is self-occupied house property. So what are the differences? Let out house property means the income which we get from the rent, which we are getting in the form of rent, then we are saying it as the income from let out house property. And when the house is treated as a self-occupied property, when the house is maintained by the owner, it is not given as a rent to others. On that house the owner doesn't have any income, so that is only a self-house property. Okay, so these are the two differences which a let out house property and self-occupied house property consist. Clear? So let out house property is treated as LOP, and a self-occupied house property is treated as SOP. Okay, so in this chapter there are some many important concepts. There are some many important concepts which we are going to discuss here. That is, first one, the important concept was suppose in the income tax, what is the important concept? What will be the important concept? To find the problem. Okay, so to find the problem, what we are going to do here, we have to first solve the gross annual value. Gross annual value we have to take first, then we have to get net annual value, NAV, First we will get GAV, that is gross annual value, and second is NAV, that is net annual value. So first to find the gross annual value. Okay. So to find the gross annual value, there are only three things we have to take to find the gross annual value. You may heard many tricks about to solve the gross annual value, to find the gross annual value, but here I am saying only three simple things you required to solve to find the gross annual value, that is GAV. What are they? First one is municipal rental value. In every question you will be having a municipal rental value which you have to take, and next is fair rental value. You have to identify the fair rental value and you have to take, and third one is actual rental value which you have to take. After taking these three, you have to consider the higher value among these three. So after taking the higher value, you will get the gross annual value as well. Okay. Suppose if MRV, that is municipal rental value, is 1 lakh rupee, and next is fair rental value is 50,000 rupee, and third one is actual rental value is 30,000 rupees. Okay. So among these three, which is the highest? 1 lakh is highest. Okay. So the 1 lakh rupees which is higher, we have to consider it as a gross annual value. Clear? So the gross annual value we have taken, the process is municipal rental value, fair rental value, actual rental value. Among these three, we have to consider the higher value, and then we will get gross annual value. Not only this, but also if the process change, if the question change, if certain cases come, like rent controllable act is applicable under the question, then we have to take the the standard rent is also taken for calculation of gross annual value. Standard rent value also given in the question. If such cases come, we have to take standard rent value also to find the gross rental value. Clear? So after finding gross annual value, we have to take municipal taxes which you will be given in the question. Later we will solve the questions on this topic. So let's see the basic only. So after finding net value, to find net value, we have to take municipal taxes, and we have to deduct to get the net value. Okay. So after getting net annual value, we have to deduct some deduction under section 24 to get the income from house property. To get the income from house property, we have to deduct some deduction from net value. Okay. So what are the deduction? First one is standard rental value. Standard rent value is taken, that is 30% on NAV. After finding net annual value, we have to take 30% on that NAV as a standard deduction. And next is interest borrowed fund. Interest borrowed fund is also deducted under section 24 subsection 2. Okay. So interest borrowed fund has two differences when we have to take. On let out house property, the interest borrowed fund has no limit, but if there is a self-occupied house property, then there will be a limit. If the loan is taken before 1999 April 1st, then the limit is 30,000 rupees. But after 1999 April 1st, if the loan is taken, then the limit increases to 2 lakhs. Okay, so it is only based on SOP, that is self-occupied house property only we have to take the deduction. On let out house property, only one house property is given in the problem, then we no need to take the self SOP. Okay, only LOP we have to find and we will get the answer. But if two house property is given, then we have to find SOP. SOP is already we will get into the question mentioned. We will also discuss how to know how to identify which house property is self-occupied. Okay, so self-occupied house, if there is there, then we need to take some limit. If the loan is taken before 1999, then the limit is 30,000 rupees only. But if the loan is taken after 1999, then the loan is maximum limit is 2 lakhs rupees. Clear? So after deducting this all, we will get income from house property. Okay, so these are the important concept, and under this particular note is given, that is only the note is no limit for deduction of borrowed fund for LOP, but for SOP, if loan is taken prior to 14999, then maximum limit is 30,000, whereas after 1999, then the maximum deduction is rupees 2 lakhs. Clear? Okay, so next we will go to the municipal value. What is municipal value? We are discussed to find the gross annual value. The municipal value. What is municipal value? Is this the value of property determined by municipal authority? By the municipal authorities, whichever property is determined as a municipal, that is known as municipal value. Okay, and next is fair rental value. What is that? It is a rent charged to some property. The fair rental value is a rent charged to some property which is beside our property. Okay, and next is standard rent. What is standard rent? It is a rent decided as per Rent Controllable Act. Rent Controllable Act, under Rent Controllable Act, the standard rent is decided. Okay, and next is actual rent. It is the amount of rent which is actually received by the landlord. This rent is actually received by the house owner who given the house as a rent. On that house, how much rent he is getting, that is known as actual rent value. Okay, next is unrealized rent. Under this is also one have, that is unrealized rent. What is unrealized rent? It is that amount of rent which is not yet realized. Okay, it is not realized. And next is pre-construction interest. This pre-construction interest we will discuss while solving the problem. Okay, so let's see the format of house property, the income from house property. How to solve the problem? What is the format? Okay, what is the pro forma? So here see, the pro forma we have to draw as usual, that is particular and two amount column. As the same, we in income from salary we have drawn. So here the income from house property, the format is, first we have to draw the particular and amount column and one more amount column. Okay, and first we have to start from gross annual value. Okay, we have to take the gross annual value, that is MRV, FRV and ARV. What is that? Municipal rental value, fair rental value and actual rental value. Clear? Among these all, we have to take the higher one. Okay, we have to take the higher one, and after we have to deduct the municipal taxes. Under the pro forma, that is municipal taxes is deducted, and after getting that, we will get net annual value. Okay, so after getting net annual value, we have also deduct some deduction under section 24. That is standard deduction, and also standard deduction under section 24 subsection 1, and interest on borrowed fund, that is under section 24 subsection 2. Clear? So standard deduction is taken 30% on net annual value, and next, okay, so we will get income from house property. Okay, so after the next is deemed to be let out property. What is deemed to be let out property? If the assessee occupies more than 2 properties and they are self-occupied, and then as per latest amendment act, any 2 house will be called as a SOP, that is self-occupied house property, whereas the other property is termed as DLOP. DLOP means deemed to be let out house property. Clear? What if a person occupies more than 2 house property and they are self-occupied, they are not given on rent, then as per the latest amendment act, among that all property, only 2 house property is treated as a SOP. Okay, only 2 house property is treated as a self-occupied, and another is treated as a let out, deemed to be let out house property. Okay, that means 2 house that is self-occupied is treated, that means it is for personal, and remaining all properties that is deemed to be let out property means further he may earn income from that. Okay, more than 2 house property if we have, then we have, according to the Amendment Act, only 2 house is treated as a SOP, remaining is a let out house property according to the income tax. Clear? Suppose, see here example, if a person having 4 houses, 4 house property, 1, 2 and 3, 4. Okay, so in these, suppose house 1 municipal value is 5 lakhs rupees, house 2 municipal value is 4 lakhs rupees, house 3 municipal value is 6 lakhs rupees, and house 4 municipal value is 7 lakhs rupees. As same, fair rental value is 4 lakhs 50,000, 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs 75,000 and 5 lakhs. And next is, after this we have, so this is the fair rental value and municipal value of these all 4 houses. So under this, what is the GAV? The person had to decide which one he want to keep as a self-occupied. Okay, so always, which according to the income tax, always the higher amount, the higher property, higher value of a property which there is to the person, that house is only treated as a SOP. Okay, so here after getting the GAV under this fair rental value and municipal rental value, we are calculating the GAV. Under this, how to calculate the GAV? Higher amount we have to take among them. So municipal rental value and fair rental value on 4 houses, we have to take the highest amount, that is for house 4 is 7 lakhs, house 3 is 6 lakhs, house 2 is 4 lakhs and house 1 is 5 lakhs. So under this 4, which one is highest? That is 4th house, that is 7 lakhs rupees. So this is treated as a SOP, self-occupied, and after the second highest is SOP, that is 6 lakhs rupees, house 3. And third one is, and first and second is treated as a DLOP, deemed to be let out house property. Okay, so clear, this is about deemed to be let out house property. If the person is having more than 2 house, then only 2 houses, 2 house property is only treated as a SOP, self-occupied. Other is treated as a deemed to be let out house property. Clear? Okay. So first of all, for example, we discuss about the gross, how to find the gross annual value for your clarity. See, suppose a municipal value is 5 lakhs rupees, fair rental value is 3 lakhs rupees, actual rent is 2,75,000 and unrealized rent is 10,000 rupees. Okay. So after knowing this all, what we will do? We will find gross annual value. Clear? So to find the gross annual value, we will take, so after taking this all, we need to subtract, we need to deduct the unrealized rent, that is 10,000 from actual rent. Unrealized rent means which is not came, which is not realized to us. It is decided but not realized. So that is not came to us, so we have to deduct it from actual rental value. Okay, so from actual rental value we will deduct, that is 2,75,000 minus 10, that is 2,65,000 is our actual rental value. So after deducting, we will see the highest amount among this all, these 3, 5 lakhs, 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs and 2,65,000. So the highest rental value is, the highest value is 5 lakhs rupees, that is municipal rental value. So gross annual value will be 5 lakhs rupees. Clear? Gross annual value, how to find, are you clear all? Okay. Next, now going to the problem. So let's see the first problem of this chapter. Here it is given, calculate the total income from house property of Mr. Avinash for assessment year 2021. Okay, so that for assessment year 2021 of Mr. Avinash, we have to find the income from house property. Okay, so here's particulars, and house 1 and house 2 properties are given. And clearly here it is mentioned the house 1 is a LOP, let out house property, and house 2 is a SOP. Why, how they given and how we should identify, we will discuss here. So here all the values are given: municipal value, fair rental value, actual rental value, municipal tax paid, interest on loan, and land revenue, loan taken year. So these are the given, and we have to solve this problem under this information. Okay, so first of all, you see here municipal rental value is given 4 lakhs rupees of house 1, house 2 is 5 lakhs, fair rental is 3,75,000, house 2 is 4,75,000, actual rent is 3 lakhs, and house 2 nil. Why it is given nil? Because it is self-occupied. Okay, self-occupied means there is a no rent. The person is not given that house to rent. Okay, so there will be no actual rental value. Actual rental value means we have discussed. What we discussed actual, what is actual rental value? It is the amount of rent which is actually received by the landlord. The owner receives some amount, that is known as actual rental value. That is known as actual rental value. But here in the house 2, it is SOP. How we treated it as a SOP? Because it is not getting any income from the outsource. Okay, so it is a SOP. Now you understand why we call it as a SOP. How to identify the SOP? If there is a no actual rental value at any house property, then it is treated as a SOP, self-occupied house property. Clear? And next is municipal tax paid, that is 10,000 and 10,000. Interest on loan 25,000, 35,000. Land revenue 30,000, 35,000, and loan taken year is also given. Loan taken year is 2005, that is house 1, and 1997 is house 2. So here is some small funda. What is that? So here the self-occupied house is given. Okay, so under note what we have discussed, on self-occupied house property there is some maximum limit on the interest on loan, interest on borrowed fund, some actual limit is given. Okay, so here house 1 is purchased, house 1 interest on loan is taken 25,000 on the year 2005, but house 2 35,000 rupees is taken but in the year 1997. Okay, so here under house 1, 2005. So SOP, on SOP we have to take the limit. Okay, so on interest, which interest we have to take? On 2005 first house is clear, no need to deduct and no need to do anything because it is purchased 2005. Okay, so after 1999, so what is the rule? After 1999, then the maximum limit is 2 lakhs rupees, that is house property. 25,000 is taken interest, but actual interest is 2 lakhs rupees because he taken the interest on 2005, but house 2 is taken the interest in 1997, before 1999, then his limit is 30,000 rupees only. Okay, so next, how we are going to solve problem? Let's see here. So to solve the problem, we have to draw the pro forma, and the pro forma is, first we have to take the particular column and to amount column, and on heading we have to write computation of Mr. Avinash income from house property for assessment year 2021. So after drawing the pro forma, first we have to take house 1 property, that is LOP. Okay, LOP we have to take house 1 property. First we have to find the gross annual value. So coming to the working note, see here. So how to find the gross annual value? See here, gross annual value is found after taking the municipal rental value, fair rental value, and actual rental value. Okay, so municipal rental value is 4 lakhs rupees of house 1, fair rental value is 3,75,000, actual rent is 3 lakhs. Okay, so any unrealized rent is not given here, so directly we have to take these 3 all, and we have to check the higher value among these 3. The higher value is 4 lakhs, that is municipal rental value, that we have to take as a GAV, and we have to write it in inner column of amount column. Okay, so gross annual value, and next is we have to deduct the municipal taxes paid from the GAV. that is 10,000 rupees, and after deductive we will get net annual value, that is 3,90,000. Clear? And next is, after we get net annual value, what we have to do? We have to do deduction under section 24. Okay, so what are the deductions? Standard deduction and interest borrowed fund. So standard deduction on NAV, that is 30%, we have to take on net annual value. 3,90,000 is a net annual value. On that we have to take 30%, so that is 1,17,000 is standard deduction. We have to write in inner column. And next, interest borrowed on loan, that is 25,000, because he purchased after 1999, so his limit is under 2 lakhs. So no need to deduct any deductions. Directly we will take what the interest is purchased. So that is 25,000. We have to add it and we will get 1,42,000. And after adding, we have to deduct net annual value and deductions, that is 1,42,000. 3,90,000 minus 1,40,000 is 2,48,000. Clear? Clear? Okay. So after getting income from house property under let out property, that is house 1 we have completed. Next is house 2. House 2 is SOP, self occupied house property. So always remember, in house 2 we no need to find any GAV and any net annual value. Always we will write gross annual value and net annual value as a nil. And next we have to deduct under section 24, that is standard deduction, that is also nil because net annual value is nil. And next is interest borrowed fund under section 24B. So what here how much interest they taken, how much the interest the house property 2 is taken? 35,000 rupees we have to write in inner column. And what is the limit? And when he taken the loan, he taken in 1997, before 1999. Okay, so what is the limit? The 30,000 is the limit. So we need not to take 35,000 as a interest borrowed fund on second house, because he purchased before 1999. So the maximum limit is 30,000. Okay, so we have to take only 30,000 and we have to subtract it from house 1. So from house 1 we have to subtract the house 2 deductions, and we will get the actual house property, has actual income from house properties which a person has. He has 2 houses, one is LOP, one is SOP. LOP amount is 2,48,000, SOP amount is totally 30,000. And so 2,48,000 minus 30,000, what actual property he has? 2,18,000 property he has. That's it. Clear? So this is the method how we are going to solve the problem under house property, income from house property. Okay, so now next we will solve the second problem of this chapter. Let's see the second problem. See here, calculate the total income from house property of Mr. Rajesh for assessment year 2021. Here also same it is given. For assessment year 2021, Mr. Rajesh house property we have to find. Okay, so the particular house 1 and house 2 is given. Municipal value 6 lakhs, house 1, house 2 is 7 lakhs. Fair rental value is 4,75,000, house 2 is 6,75,000. Actual rent is nil of house 1 and 5 lakhs of house 2. Municipal taxes paid is 40,000, house 1 and house 2 also 40,000. Interest on loan is 2,25,000. House 2 is 1,35,000. Land revenue is 30,000. House 2 is 35,000. Loan taken year is 2015 of house 1 and house 2 is 2009. Okay. So in last problem what we have solved? We have solved if the SOP purchased before 1999. But in this problem we will solve if the SOP interest is taken after 1999. Okay, so first we discuss which one is the SOP under these 2 houses. Which one is house 1? Yes, because here the actual rent is nil actual rent of house property 1 is nil. He has no house, he has no income from house 1. Okay, so that is only treated as a S. So that is only treated as a SOP. Clear? So let's solve the problem. Every problem, before solving, what we have to do? We have to draw the pro forma, particulars and to amount column. We have to write the heading computation of house property, income from house property of Mr. Rajesh for assessment year 2021, and next we have to start the problem. Okay, so to start the problem, first we have to solve house property 1. Okay, house 1. So house 1 SOP. Okay, self-occupied house property, that is. So we no need to take GAV and NAV, that is nil, and deduction, under deduction, standard deduction also nil. And third one is interest on borrowed fund, that is what? Interest on borrowed fund of house 1 is 2,25,000. What? 2,25,000 is interest on borrowed fund of house 1. Okay, so we have to write it in inner column. And next, the maximum, what maximum limit? Maximum limit is before 1999 is 30,000, after 1999 is 2 lakhs rupees. So comparing to after 1999, that is 2 lakhs, after comparing, the interest borrowed fund of house 1 is 25,000 extra, 2,25,000 he borrowed, but actual maximum limit is 2 lakhs rupees only. Okay, so we have to take only 2 lakhs rupees. We no need to take 2,25,000. We need only to take 2 lakhs rupees only. We have to write in outer column after, and that is a income from house, and that is a income from self-occupied property. Now going to the house 2, we have to find gross annual value. Gross annual value, how we are finding? We will find by, how we are finding the gross annual value? We will find through municipal rental value, fair rental value, actual rental value. We have to take we have to take those three all, and we have to check the higher value among the three, and which is the higher, we have to take it as gross annual value. So we have to take the gross annual value and we have to write in inner column of house 2. And next is we have to deduct municipal taxes paid, that is 4 lakhs rupees of house 2. We have to deduct it and we will get net annual value, that is 6,60,000. Clear? And after getting net annual value, we will deduct some deduction under section 24, that is standard deduction 30% on NAV. Net annual value, we have to take 30%, 6,60,000 into 30 by 100, we will get 1,98,000 also standard deduction. Okay, so after standard deduction, the interest borrowed fund is 1,35,000. he taken the interest when in 2009, but actual limit is 2 lakhs rupees. Okay, so 2 lakhs rupees he borrowed only 1,35,000. So directly we have to write 1,35,000 because he not crossed the limit. Okay, so 1,35,000 only we have to take, and after adding the standard deduction and interest borrowed fund, we will get 3,33,000 as a, we will get 3,33,000 as a deduction. Okay, so we have to deduct it from net annual value of house 2. After deducting, we will get 3,27,000 as the income from let out property. Let out property income is 3,27,000. Income from self-occupied property is 2 lakhs rupees. Okay, so after getting income from let out property, we have to deduct the SOP. Okay, self-occupied property income, we have to deduct from income from LOP, that is we will get 1,27,000 as a income from house property. The person having two house, one house income is self-occupied, that is 2 lakhs rupees, and one house income is 3,27,000, that is LOP. After calculating, after deducting SOP 2 lakhs rupees from LOP, that is 3,27,000, we will get income from house property as a 1,27,000. Clear? So this is the second problem of income from house property. So here we are going, almost we solved 70% of total concept of income from house property. Okay, so let's see the third problem. Here, what it is given? Calculate the total income from house property of Mr. Sohan for assessment year 2021. Okay. So, and also here given the income from salary is 2 lakhs rupees. That means in this problem, it is given that person is getting two sources of income. That is income from salary and income from house property. So let's see how to solve this problem. Okay. So here in the pro forma it is given many things. Municipal value 7 lakhs rupees. House 1, house 2 is 4 lakhs rupees. Fair rent value 40,000 per month. House 1 for 50,000 per month. House 2. Actual rental value nil. That means the house 1 is SOP and actual rental of house 2 is 45,000 per month. That is LOP. Okay, and unrealized rent of house 1 is nil and house 2 is 10,000. Municipal taxes paid is 30,000 rupees per house 1. House 2 is 50,000. Interest on loan of house 1 is 1,25,000. It is taken on 2015. And interest on loan of house 2 is 2,35,000, which is taken on 2019. Okay, and land revenue is 30,000 house 1, house 2 is 35,000. Clear? So this is the question format, and next we will go to the solution. First we have to draw the pro forma. Here we have to change the pro forma. We have to take 3 amounts column and 1 particular column, and we have to write the heading calculation of income from house property under income from salary of Mr. Sohan for the AY assessment year 2021. Okay, why? How? Income from house property and also income from salary we have to take for Mr. Sohan. Okay, so first we have to take income from house as per question 2 lakhs rupees we have to take, and we have to write in an outer column 2 lakhs rupees. And next is income of house property. In the last problems we have solved this. How? First, it is a SOP, so self-occupied property, so no need to take gross annual value and net annual value, and standard deduction is also not taken because there is no net annual value. Directly we will go to the interest borrowed fund. So interest borrowed fund for house 1, that is SOP, self-occupied property. What is that? 1,25,000 he is taken. But maximum limit after 1999 of interest, what is that? 2 lakhs rupees. So he taken the interest on 2015. So 2 lakhs rupees is the maximum limit, but he is not exceeded. He only taken 1,25,000. So only 1,25,000 is treated as income from self-occupied property. So next going to the house 2, that is let out property. So for let out property, first we have to find the gross annual value. We have to take 3. That is municipal rental value, fair rental value and actual rental value. We have to take 3 dot all, and we have to see the highest value among the 3. So let's see here. House 2 municipal value is 4 lakhs rupees, fair rental value is 50,000 per month, actual rental value is 45,000 per month. Okay, so municipal value 4 lakhs rupees we have to write, fair rental value 50,000 per month. So 50,000 into 12 we have to do because 12 months, so that is 6 lakhs rupees, and actual rental value is 45,000 per month, that is 5,40,000. So after doing this, first we have to deduct the unrealized rent given in the question from the actual rent. Unrealized rent we have discussed. Unrealized rent means the rent which is not realized to us, which is not came to us. So we have to deduct it because it is not realized. Okay, so we have to deduct it from actual rent. So 10,000 is deducted. So 5,30,000 is actual rent, and after we have to check the highest one. The highest one is fair rental value, that is 6 lakhs rupees. So 6 lakhs rupees is treated as a gross annual value. Clear? Next is we have to deduct municipal taxes paid from the gross annual value to get the net annual value. So after deducting 50,000 is municipal taxes paid, that is 50,000. So 6 lakhs minus 50,000 is 5,50,000 as a net annual value. And next is after getting net annual value, what we have to do? We have to deduct some deduction under 24 section. Okay, so that the deductions are standard deduction, that is 30% on net annual value. So on net annual value is 5,50,000. We have to take 30% into by 100. 5,50,000 into 30 by 100, we will get 1,65,000 as a standard deduction. We have to write in inner column. And next, interest on borrowed fund. Interest on borrowed fund, what is that? Interest on borrowed fund is 2,35,000. Okay, 2,35,000, but actual limit is 2 lakhs rupees only after 1999. Okay, but here it is LOP, it is let out property interest, so he no need to deduct. Directly we will take 2,35,000 rupees as a interest of borrowed fund, and we have to add 1,65,000 as a standard rent, standard deduction, and interest on borrowed fund is 2,35,000. We will get 4 lakhs rupees, and after this we have to write in second column, and we have to deduct the 4 lakhs from net annual value to get the income from let out property. That we will get 1,50,000 as a income from let out property. And after what we will do, we will deduct the house property, we will deduct the LOP from SOP. LOP means let out property. We will deduct 1,50,000 from 1,25,000 self-occupied property. Self-occupied property 1,25,000 is deducted from let out, that is let out property, that is 1,50,000. We will get 25,000 as a house property. And next we will find gross total income of income from salary and income from house property. To find that, what we will do, we will find the total gross income of Mr. Sohan. How we will find? We will take the total income from salary, that is 2 lakhs rupees, and next 25,000 is a house property. So 2 lakhs plus 25,000, 2,25,000 is the actual property which Mr. Sohan is getting for assessment year 2021. So this is the complete problem of your income from house property. What we have discussed? We have discussed the basics of house property. We have discussed the problem under SO before 1999 purchased interest, and we have discussed the other problem of after interest taken after 1999, and also we have discussed the income from salary and income from house property. If both is coming into the question, then how we have to solve the problem. So this is all about the concept, the chapter of income from house property under subject income tax. Okay, so from here you have complete this in second unit of income tax, that is income from house property. Okay, so and also those who have not seen the previous video, that is previous videos of income from salaries chapter, that is first unit, you can go through our description and watch those videos and learn income from salary. Then you can easily understand the basic concept and the problem of income from salary and also the income from house property chapter. Okay, clear? So thank you for watching the video. Please share the channel, subscribe to our channel, hit the bell icon for the regular updates, and stay tuned. We will back with a new video. Thank you.